Shalom family, beautiful day outside. I'm just going to do a quick garden update. These are some of the plants that have survived through the winter. Okay, usually what happens with these is you'll have a season in which you can eat these leaves, but then it's going to start to seed up and grow upward like this, and it's going to have seeds all over it. So we're gonna let that happen. Every year this typically happens. If you have a mild winter, you'll have your plants that survive, they will start to seed up for you and give you something in which to collect for another season. Every year we like to collect our own seeds and store them up for use the following year. Okay, these are collards here. And so what we'll be able to do, a lot of people didn't know this, but you don't yank up your whole plant when you're about to eat. This is a particular type of collard too. What you do is you tear leaves off and you leave the plant rooted. You leave it rooted. These leaves will get a lot bigger than this, but you can tear them off young if you want, because they have a different flavor when they're young and when they're bigger. I like them either way. But what you're going to do is keep that plant rooted. It will continue to produce for you, and the seed stems will come up from the middle and start to produce thousands of seeds for you that are the children of, or the offspring of, this particular plant. And this is how you keep the legacy of a particular plant going, by collecting seeds. Now, I remember when I first said something about how to take your leaves off, a lot of people responded and said that they didn't know that they usually just yank up the whole plant. But you learn something new every day. There's no need to yank up the whole plant. Here are some more. Like I said, this is from last year, but because we've been having such nice weather, they are starting to come back, and they will seed up for you. When you see dead leaves on any plant, you just remove it, so that it's not taking up unnecessary space. They're ugly, and they don't need to drain any nutrients from the plant that is doing well. But you know what's nice about this? This makes good mulch around the plant. We can work that into the soil at some point, because we're going to be reworking our soil soon. As you see, a lot of weeds have also grown in. Some of this is like good ground cover. Okay, it stays low, it doesn't grow up high. And so I'm going to make a determination on what to do with this ground cover, because we have transplanted ground cover to other areas before. But the reason we like to get them out of our garden beds is because they are taking nutrients from the soil that needs to go to the plant. And so we usually get them up by the roots and do whatever we're going to do. Some of them are beneficial, like these here. I can't remember the name of them, but I believe they are in the mint family. And so we collect those and dry those, and sometimes we eat those. Okay, here's some more that survived the winter. Okay, like I said, what they're going to do is they're going to seed up for you. In a few weeks, you'll actually start to see the seed stems coming up, and then they'll grow these nice pretty flowers, and then from there they will do their thing, which is have seeds growing on the inside of the pods. And even with that, there is a particular time that you take those off. You don't do it right away. They have to be allowed to mature before you can take the pods off and do anything. As a matter of fact, they have to dry. They pretty much have to dry somewhat, not completely. I have taken them off before they've completely dried, and they've still produced very well. The reason is, if you allow them to dry too much, they'll just start to fall back down into the soil. Okay, so we have different things here. Like I said, all of this, the things that have died, we're going to clear this out of the beds. We're going to be doing a lot of bed cleaning and clearing, but this is good material that can go under the soil. Okay, and be very nice. Of course, the weeds you want to take out, but anything that is died like this you can work it into the soil if you like. Okay. So we have another one over here, in which we have quite a few around the yard that are coming back to life. I'm going to take a walk over there to my turnips. There were some turnips that survived the winter. Quite a few. We ate some of them last week. Look at this plant here, making a comeback. Okay, making a comeback. Now I'm going to take a quick walk here. As you see, the ground is still somewhat moist and the grass is still dead because we are still in the winter months. But as the weather comes into its warmness, you will begin to see green life everywhere. Okay, so we're going to be doing some bed cleaning today. Bed cleaning. Okay, we've already planted lettuce because lettuce is one of those things that loves cold weather. And as you see, even some of our, this is from last year's, ground cover around it, but this right here is a kale variety. And it's making its comeback because it was able to live and survive during the cold season. So like I said, those are going to get a lot bigger than that. Here's a different kind of kale variety right here. All right. Dead leaf comes off, okay? Now, I want to show you all this whopper of a turnip here. There's a few of them here. And this is a really big turnip right there. As you see, even though the greens are starting to make a comeback on top of it, I'm just going to pull those to allow you to see the size of this turnip compared to my hand. You see that? It's a big turnip. I love turnips. You can cut them up in greens and they don't have to cook that long at all. Not at all. Here's another decent sized turnip here. See that? I'll probably let Mama B pull those up though. She always got something to say. I'll let her pull those up, but I just wanted to show those. Another one over there. Here's another bushel of kale right here, in which I think I'm going to make my mom some kale chips today. I told her I'm going to give that a try. Her blood pressure had been up a bit, so we have some things that we have to work on here. So there's one bushel of kale. Here's another. As you see, other weeds are working their way up in it, but that's what happens in the wintertime. Things just kind of do whatever they're going to do unless you prepare the soil a certain way. Okay. And here's another different kind of kale here. We're going to try a variety. And I saw someone had posted yesterday where they season them with sea salt and then they fry them in olive oil. So we're going to give that a try. And this is a different kind as well. And this as well. They can get a lot bigger than that, but like I said, they are just springing into life because of the warm weather. Well, let me see. I think I will waltz over here real quick too. This is another bushel of collards right here. See how big the plant is? Zoom back a little. This is one plant right here, and he's just bushing out all over the place. Again, these will seed up for you. Okay. It's a nice pretty plant. I love the way they look when they're forming like a ball, you see. But again, you can tear the leaves off. You don't have to pull the whole plant up because it will continue to produce for you. Okay. But all this other stuff around, this was just one plant in this particular bed that didn't get devoured. And it was probably a leftover seed, but over the winter months, this is what happened. You see, it grew into this nice big plant here. Okay, and this is what grew as well. Now, like I said, some of these weeds are beneficial. Some of these weeds are edible. We always make sure before we eat any weeds that we're not eating anything that's poisonous. Okay? We always make sure. So we don't always throw all of this away. As a matter of fact, we had gathered some of it and dried it out last week when we had some nice, decent weather. And so we got quite a bit of it. We'll probably get some more before we get to yanking it all up. But it's that time of year again, so we're going to have to prepare these beds so the weeds have to go to make way for the food that we're going to grow. You see that? Okay. Well, that's all. I just wanted to do a quick garden update. I love this time of year, and a lot of you always ask for garden updates. You like those. And as much as I can, I want to give some helpful information. And one of those things is grow, grow, grow. It's one of those things we need to do, definitely. And not only tastes better, but it's better for you. It's better for you. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, todayah, and enjoy the rest of your day.